Hello, lovelies. I am Queen Lovely of Melanated Crowns, tapping into your divine femininity. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video. Today, I just want to come on here and speak briefly. You know, it's Wednesday, so I want to give some Wednesday wisdom. And I just want to speak about Black women. You know, we need to be very careful of the ways of being that we subscribe to. I was inspired to do this video because I was watching a video. A personality was doing a video about, the MegTheeStallion situation and how people are treating her. And somebody had commented, it was a Black woman, she had commented in the comment section, and she was just like, can we stop repeating that Malcolm X quote? Because to repeat that Malcolm X quote over and over again and say that Black women are the, least unprotected, unvalued, or whatever the quote is, that's not actually doing the work that's needed in efforts to change the likelihood of Black women becoming susceptible to those things, such as being unprotected, such as being undervalued and underrepresented. And it's the truth, and this is why I always say, I'm not with the talking, the constantly talking. There's a reason why I'm going back to school to get a higher education in social work that specializes in the mental health development of adolescents and young adults. There's a reason why I started Melanated Crowns. There's a reason why I'm committed to the emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being of Black women, because I understand from personal experiences and secondhand experiences of listening to my clients, my friends, my coworkers, my family members that are Black women, that if that infrastructure within when it comes to the emotional, mental, and spiritual alignment is off, those are the key things that will throw off your discernment. And if your discernment is off and you're not able to fill out the energy of situations and people and things that may or may not be good for you, that's what makes you vulnerable and susceptible to put yourself in harm's way and become a negative statistic as it pertains to being a Black woman. And I see, that conversation coming up when it comes to MegTheeStallion. So let me say this, and I want to be very clear about this. There is never going to be a day where I am going to condone any sort of abuse towards man or woman, okay? There's never going to be a day where even if certain decision-making skills that were lacking led to someone being in a situation that resulted in them being abused or violated, I'm going to condone that, okay? So I want to make that very clear. Another thing I want to make clear is that MegTheeStallion did not get shot in her 2 feet because she's a Black woman. I want to make that very clear. MegTheeStallion is a Black woman who is in a socioeconomic situation that actually lessens her chances to being put in situations where she will be susceptible to abuse and all those other things. Okay, this is just the fact, and I'm speaking from experience because I'm more likely living in Brownsville, Brooklyn, okay, which is like one of the worst neighborhoods in Brooklyn, to be susceptible to abuse than MegTheeStallion. MegTheeStallion was assaulted because she allowed someone into her space due to lack of discernment who just was not good for her. And I'm not saying it's her fault that she was assaulted. I'm not saying that she deserved to be assaulted. I'm just breaking down and peeling back the layers of what led to that. Bad decision making and lack of discernment and unhealthy coping mechanisms is what led to her allowing someone like Tory Lanez, allegedly, because it still has not been confirmed. I mean, we know, but I'm going to say allegedly because I don't got time for it, to be in her space. Because the reality of the situation is Tory Lanez is who he is, and he has been who he's been prior to us even knowing who MegTheeStallion is. Okay, this is no different than someone like myself who may date someone that is into some criminal activities, or they selling drugs, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, I'm well aware that they carry a gun. Yeah, I'm well aware that they sell drugs and they're into a business that can lead to deadly or violent results. But because I'm in a good space with them and we have a romantic connection, or it could even be a platonic connection, I never would think in a million gazillion years that I'll be on the receiving end of that. And we all have to go through situations in our life, not as extreme as that, but for some of us, we may end up in it, because that's how we learn and that's how we grow. It just is what it is. But I just want to make it clear that MegTheeStallion is not the average black woman. She's not the average young black woman, okay? And this is not to take away from empathy, because I'm not saying because she is a millionaire, people shouldn't empathize with her. I'm not saying because she's a millionaire, people shouldn't feel sorry for her. You should, coming back to the whole situation with the Kanye West, I don't think I've spoken about that on here yet. I feel like empathy should know no color, no tax bracket, no age. You should always be empathetic and compassionate, because you never know when those tables will turn and you'll be in that same predicament, and I'm sure you'll want those things. So this is not me trying to stop people from feeling sorry for her or for advocating for her or supporting her, but I just want to draw a line in the sand. In my opinion, I think it's unhealthy that when black women such as MegTheeStallion, she's college educated, okay? She's a millionaire, okay? She's a businesswoman. She ain't living in the hood, okay? She's doing pretty well for herself. She's middle class, upper class, however you want to categorize it. Technically, on paper, her susceptibility to being in a violent situation like that, or succumbing to things that people associate with poverty, she doesn't fit that bracket. She made a decision to be with a type of dude who has these characteristics of being thugged out and, overcompensating, I guess because he's short, that little man syndrome or whatever the case may be. And I know some of y'all may laugh, but I'm being dead serious. I met Tory Lanez in person. A mess, a whole mess, okay? I didn't like his energy when I met him in person. I remember when he got off the elevator and I was like, oh, how was your commute? Was everything okay? And this fool said to me, oh, so because you work at iHeart, now you're using big words. I'm like, excuse me, commute is a big word. And that was it for me. Like, I don't really care for him. His music is okay, but his energy, I wasn't vibing it, okay? So whether I'm a millionaire or whether I'm right here sitting with $30 in my Chase bank account, I would try my best not to associate or link myself to a caliber of an individual, whether it be a man or woman like Tory Lanez, because my discernment would tell me, you may want to stay away from that person. You're playing with fire. So I just, if we want to have the conversation about how people are reacting to the violence against her and saying that people don't take violence against black women serious, that is 1000% correct. And we can have that conversation. But when I see people like, yeah, she's a black woman and, black women are just not protected. She got shot. She did not get shot because she is a black woman. She got shot because she allowed someone into her space that is unhinged and unable to control themselves, and just, I don't want to say devilish, but I just can't get over the fact that allegedly this dude shot her in both of her feet and she's a well-known performer. That's why she got shot. She didn't get shot because she's a black woman. So please stop speaking that Malcolm X quote over your life. I understand that being a black woman, you can be susceptible to those things, but I also feel like there are decisions that we can make consciously and subconsciously, observing these things and not absorbing these things, that can lessen the chances of us being put in those type of situations, or us putting ourselves in those type of situations. Because I know a lot of black women like myself that are educated, they do very well for themselves, they make good decisions, and they don't find themselves in situations like that. And granted, go back and watch my spiritual advising session with MegTheeStallion. Before she even put that statement out, I had already covered that she was still grieving. I had already covered that her drinking, partying, and need to be around people is a coping mechanism. We already touched on that. I have so much empathy and grace for her because she is 25. She is doing the best that she can to navigate life, and especially life within an industry. And I just pray that her ancestors and her spirit guides protect her, they wrap her with love, and they send her people that are going to be good for her. So that's all I wanted to say. I said this wouldn't be a long-winded video. That's just some Wednesday wisdom for y'all. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Comment below to let me know what you think. Share this video. And if you would like to book an email reading with me, please refer to my community tab, my latest post for the pricing. I have 3 questions for $22.22, and I have a 3-card spread, 1 question for $15.55. Please keep in mind that I do the email readings in the order I received them, so you can book for today. That does not mean you will get your reading today. So I want to make that very clear. It is noted on my booking site. I always put that disclaimer when I promote, and it's noted on my community wall. If you would like to book, please refer to the link that's pinned in the comments, as well as the link that is in my description box, and have a lovely day and stay safe. Bye.